Hello, Pisces. I mean, there are so many things I could think that you probably are very deserving of apologies for. Not that each sign isn't, but I have a son who was born on the Pisces Aquarius cusp, more on the Pisces side. And I have a Pisces moon in Vedic astrology, and I've had a partner who has Pisces and moon and rising in Vedic, and I know plenty of other Pisces, strong placements folks, and I would say, I'm almost feeling like like you're owed three main apologies. Only a couple of the signs have really gotten that. And the first I'm gonna say is that you often get picked last, last to play dodgeball, last to be called when something important is happening, last to be asked what you want. And even so much that when you finally do get asked what you want, you're not even sure what to want because you're so used to everybody else putting their feelings first. Which is the second one, that a lot of people peg you as putting your feelings first, or not putting your feelings first, but being too emotional, being somebody who cries a lot or gets very deeply depressed or things like that. And then the last one I'm going to say is being too invested in relationships. Now, you deserve an apology for all three of those. No, I'm sorry for all the times you've been picked last or thought of last. That sucks, especially because you are one of the first people that should be picked for a number of reasons, mostly because of your heart. And then second, being too emotional, which can include, I'm sorry for all the times that people said that you were too much of a dreamer or an artist and that you spent too much time in your passion projects and your imagination, or too invested in how other people feel, especially because, quite honestly, we don't have enough people in this world who care genuinely about how other people feel. And you are definitely one of those signs that even when somebody hurts you, you still care about how they feel. And that is a good thing. And I'm sorry for the people that made it seem like it was not. And then, yeah, being too invested in relationships, which is funny. You really would think that, like Libra would be the one to get that the most. I'm sure the Libras do get that, but really, you get that a lot because you're the last water sign. In fact, you would be the great grandpa or great grandma of the zodiac, where you're at a point to where you are both the most youthful and the most ancient at the same time, and you recognize the value in relationships. They are important. That's part of what this human experience is about, and your sign is in particular very spiritual. And you're like Scorpio in many ways. You sink very deeply into the people that you get involved with. And you're a soul seer. You don't just do that with just anybody, but the people you do that with, even sometimes people that really you shouldn't invest that much in, just because they're not on that level yet and they're not going to reciprocate it. That doesn't mean that it was wrong of you to be the loving, invested person that you were. And I'm going to say your main affirmation is it is okay to love big. It's okay. Even if it is not with the right person and it crashes and burns, you still get a lot of valuable life and spiritual lessons out of that, which you can carry forward. And, you're the fishes. You are, part of you is in the moon card. It's mainly Cancer, but you're in there and you are almost all of the pages, especially the Page of Cups. You are a new beginning sort of person. And with Neptune as your main ruler, your imagination, you are the dissolver of that which is unnecessary or no longer serving, and you are Poseidon also, You are both the Page of Cups and the King and Queen of Cups. So, I mean, even though, I don't know, maybe it's having a Pisces moon in Vedic, which I have, I would much rather go home, or go hard or go home sort of thing when it comes to love. I would much rather invest everything I possibly have into it and crash and burn and learn from that than to be the type of person that just gave up too quickly. I mean, I'd rather try every exhaustible route to, not necessarily to making it work, because that's not what it feels like to me, but to evolving, because there's a difference between stubbornly trying to make something work that isn't compatible and seeing that something could be compatible if there was the right components, if there was evolution on either side. And fishes really are, they're an evolutionary being, so that makes sense to me. So yeah, I mean, it is okay to love big. And I'm going to say the other affirmation for you is also, it is okay to enjoy your imagination. Because you are one of the most imaginative signs. I mean, all the water signs tend to be very involved in some form of art, especially music. But you in particular have a very strong superpower for music as a love language, and for just your imagination in general. Now, sometimes your imagination can get the better of you, so do be careful with that. But even at that, you still learn things about yourself, and it's just because somebody else doesn't yet get the value in that doesn't mean that you need to dump out your cup because they don't get it. If you need to dive deep into the depths of your darkness, like maybe find a friend with some strong Scorpio placements to go with you, because sometimes that can be a scary place. But whether you go with a friend or you go alone, just do what you feel called to do. You are the most connected to spirit. So it's okay to enjoy your imagination, the good, the bad. Embrace the light and the dark. All right, y'all. This is the last in this series. This was for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. Please make sure to cross-check your other placements to get a fuller feeling for your apologies and affirmations, and let me know what you think. I'm going to be doing more videos soon on other aspects of the signs.